see you, man.
Yo, John, what's good?
Not much. I know it's been a few days now, but haven't heard from you since the release of Quentin. What were your thoughts and reactions to losing the guy that you were with all of last year?
Uh, it's always sad seeing a brother leave. But I've been around for what is this, like 4 years now. That like this league like has its own plans, and sometimes players like have their own plans, and stuff happens. Out of the blue, out of the ordinary, and it's just stuff that I try not to deal with. Even though that Spain's not in the building, that's still and my guy, and I still text them and call them outside of the building. So, hey.
I know this wasn't their reasoning for it, but it's another example that we've seen in 4 years that regardless of what you've done in the past, you're not irreplaceable in the present. Is that message reaffirmed with maybe guys who haven't been around as long as you have to see that a guy that started every single game last year and started this year can lose their job and even be out of the building in a short order?
Yeah, like that just like shows you the nature of the beast. That the NFL really is different, and there's changes that go on every day, and you know, just because you started every game, it doesn't mean that you're irreplaceable. Spain understands that, but like I'm happy that Spain gets to and move on and clear but like his mind and play the way that he wants to play, and for him to be him. And if it wasn't here, I just hope that he finds it with another team.
And I'll actually do a football question here. The running game has been a hot topic among a lot of people here. From what you've seen on film and from what you know, what has been the reason for that aspect of the offense just not going?
It's football, man. I mean, like, uh, passing game is great, and our running game isn't so great. I wish that everything could always be perfect, but that's not the way that life goes. But as if we just get back to our basics of what we've been doing and what we do best and consistently do it right, then it'll be all right, and the change will happen fast. But the good thing is that it's still early. Like it's still early in the season. Like people talk, they run their mouth and they say all type of gibberish and stuff, and that they don't know. But like this is a man on man game, and it's never like gonna be perfect. But what's this, like week 7 now? Like come on now, like we still got 11 weeks.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Dion.
Yep, thanks, John.
Hey, Dion, Mike Catalana. Confidence-wise for the offense, you guys went out in the first month. It was 30-plus points, 300 yards passing, all those things. Does it change at all? And is it something you need to get back starting on Sunday? Because obviously it hasn't gone the way you wanted the last couple of games.
But Mike, like we go into every game with the same mindset, and that's to win, to do whatever it is to win, and whether that's running, passing, blocking, every play, but we have to score points. And there's really nothing getting back to this or getting back to that, really, except for our basics in the run game. But as long as we just do what we do best, and that's just play Buffalo Bills football, it'll be all right, man. And we just got to be inconsistent in whatever the coaches choose and whatever we choose, and as players of who we say we're gonna be, and we just have to go out there and be it.
And to that same mindset, people always talk about momentum, and some people say it doesn't exist. And then I'll talk to some players who are like, absolutely. During a game when things are going really well, or the other way, is that a real thing? Do you feel that during a game? And are there times when you feel like, all right, it hasn't gone, like whether it's more focus or whatever it is to try to turn momentum around? Because like I said, in the beginning, it all seemed to be going well. And then there are times when it's not, and you got to do something about it.
I mean, that's the up and downs of life, man. I mean, like there's highs and there's lows of everything, but there's definitely momentum shifts. There's definitely energy that flows through people's bodies and that flows throughout the duration of a football game. But the team that can withstand the most wins, you know, and the teams that can adjust to adversity well wins. But to answer that question, yes, there is definitely that energy shifts that goes back and forth, and it does exist, 100%.
Great, thank you.
Yep.
Hey, John, it's Alexa here in Rochester. Something that Sean McDermott talked about this morning was how good the special team has, how things have really moved on their end. What have you seen out of that unit in practice or in play that has impressed you this season?
Temple University.
Temple
Oh yeah,
University?
but our special teams unit, like and they play hard every play, but they run down fast. They try to set the tempo every time they touch the football field. Bojo has been doing a great job kicking. You know, Taiwan, Saran, Tyler, Matakavage, like all those guys have been doing a great job of setting the tone. And I know that their mindset is to continue to do it week in and week out. Special team starts the game off every game, and that's in every game around the NFL. It's either a kickoff or kickoff and return. And our special teams unit understands that. So like they understand in their role and how big that their role is, and they go out there and they try to do it at 100% effort every time.
Hey, Dion, Adam from 7ABC. Good to see you.
What up, Adam?
You mentioned adversity earlier, and I'm just wondering, in terms of week-long adversity, instead of just on the field on Sundays, how nice is it to kind of get back to a regular, Sunday kick after the last couple of weeks that you guys have had?
I would say probably that's the best thing, because our last, when did that start? Maybe 2.5 weeks ago, 3 weeks, whatever. That was like a dramatic change in all of our like routines. But now to get back to our routine, it's great because as professionals, we live in our like routines, whether it's getting a massage, eating, recovery, working out, conditioning, practicing. That's all in our weekly routine. And now to get back to it, it definitely helps us. And I definitely appreciate us getting back to the regular schedule, even though that we're a day behind, but it's still in the same flow. So it's a great feeling.
And then having that same flow too, along with an opponent that's obviously very familiar. You already beat them this season. Talk me through a little bit more what you're kind of expecting from the Jets. I know they're the last winless team, but I feel like a lot of the sentiment around the rest of the guys that we've talked to earlier in the week is to not sleep on them.
Yeah, you want to know, and what's funny, a lot of people don't really understand the NFL. Like they just look at records, and sometimes they forget that this is the NFL, and it's the NFL for a reason. And every player on every team is a professional football player, and they're capable of winning every week. Just because they don't have any wins, that doesn't mean anything. We understand that the Jets have a great team, and they actually have all of the great pieces there to do it. And once it clicks, it'll click. And we just have to stay on our P's and our Q's and never get too big for an opponent, because, they're still the New York Jets, and they get paid, and just like we do. And they have families just like we do. And I guarantee you they're going like out there to feed their families just like we are.
Any given Sunday, right?
Any given Sunday, brother.
All right. Thanks, Dion. Appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks, Adam.
All right. That's all for today. Thanks, Dion.
Yep. Thanks, guys. And gal.